Hi everyone. We are here today to discuss some important things regarding the agri-tech industry with Mukul, who's the founder of Agrim, an agri-tech firm. I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Abhishek Maiti. I lead technology and internet in One Lattice, and I also look very deeply and work very deeply in agri-tech. And Mukul, if you could just introduce yourself quickly.
Hey, hi Abhishek. This is Mukul. I'll introduce myself very quickly. I'm the founder of Agrim. I'm like graduate from IIT Kharagpur, class of 2009. Worked with HSPC, ran a company called Tripigator before this, and my last stint was with Blackbuck, where we built the logistics for SME India and the corporate India, right? By bringing all the fleet owners on the one side of the platform. Uh, After the tremendous growth in Blackbuck, I decided to move from Blackbuck and start Agrim. That was in 2020, and it's been almost three and a half years now that we are running Agrim. So yeah, that is a brief introduction. What Agrim does is basically Agrim is a multi-category B2B agri inputs platform where we try to get all the retailers, those who are serving the farmers in the country, like all the retailers, those who are actually fulfilling the agri input needs of the farmer, and we bring all those retailers on one side of the platform, and on the other side we bring the SME manufacturers or the large manufacturers to sell their products on, right? And so this is what typically, what Agrim does, along with the working capital facilities for the retailers. So this is what Agrim is in a nutshell.
Got it. Mukul, very excited to have you here and learn from you. So now, Mukul, if we talk about agri-tech or agriculture in India, it's a large and it's a very diverse industry, right? And it's spread across states, across regions, across soil types. And we know that, compared to the West, and also if you look at the BRICS countries, the tech adoption in agri is quite low in India. So there is obviously room for growth. Now we would like to understand, as per you, where do you think this growth will come from, or how will it be driven? Are there any specific segments which are showing higher growth than the others? And if yes, any reasons, any drivers why they're showing growth? Would love to understand.
Sure. So for the viewers, right, I will we talk about agri-tech a lot, right? Uh, and agriculture is so diverse, right? So looking at agri-tech from a single
Right,
lens make it a very difficult play, right? So
right.
first of all, I want to set the lens right. So it's a very very large value chain, right? The
Mm-hmm.
food which we are getting on our plate, right? Whether it is a direct output or direct fruit or vegetables, or maybe the processed food, right? So the entire value chain behind that, right, is a very complex value chain, right? And if you look at a GDP level, right, agriculture is the only segment which hasn't seen a tremendous impact because of the internet coming into the picture, or maybe the hardware capabilities which have come in the last 15 odd years, right? uh, so the entire value chain now, right, in the last 4 5 years have started seeing a tremendous uptake, right? So the value chain, there are two major value chain. One is the agri input value chain, another is agri output, where the food from farm comes to your plate, right? Both are seeing tremendous change, right, in terms of how things were done earlier and now how things are getting done now, right? So uh, it's the growth, right? I guess the change, right, is happening uh, because of multiple factors, right? So the traditional chains, right, which were designed, supply chains, right, primarily were designed in a very different format, right? Now with that internet technology, when the information asymmetry is going away, right, how does the supply chain evolve, right? Both on the both side, right? Is changing very dramatically. So that is a major big change which we are seeing, right? The second change is basically farmer adopting the technology at ground zero to produce better, right? That means introduction of hardwares at the farm level to make sure they are able to do a better output. That is a major change. Along with that, there is a lot of innovation which is happening on the agri input side in terms of the new chemicals coming into picture, or maybe new technologies around eco-friendly chemicals or eco-friendly products which are coming for the farm input. So when you look at any segment, right, it's a, like, broadly speaking, this entire value chain is close to $700 billion, right, put together. So every aspect of it is getting redefined now. Uh, we can speak in detail, like, with the specific area, but uh, the good thing what India has seen in the last at least 4 years is many entrepreneurs like us, right, have come, who have done some level of internet things, right, in the past role, and they have started taking up agriculture as a new passion, right, which is actually driving a lot of changes in terms of the more internet brain is coming into the value chain, right, which is actually redefining things up, right. So this is what it is in nutshell, and we can speak about specific areas in depth.
Okay. Um, uh, what are the typically the tech advancements we are seeing, and probably what we can expect in the near future? So technically, I'm also asking you, what do you think will be the future outlook? Say in the
Sure.
next 5 years, where do we see agri-tech heading?
Sure. So see, basically, before I answer that question, right, we need to understand how Indian farming is different than the Western counterparts, right? In India, average land holding is very thin, right?
Yeah,
Average farmer holds less than a hectare, which is approximately 2 acre per farmer, right? Which
correct.
means the consumption of agri inputs or the output which is getting produced, right, is very
Yeah,
fragmented. So that is the fundamental nature of how agriculture is done in India, right?
yeah,
So the demand is fragmented, right? And so if you just think from that standpoint, right, both the value chains, right, are like, the consolidation is required at some level, right? So the
right,
supply chain, the technology, right, which is getting built out for the supply chain side, right, will create a tremendous value, right, for each and every stakeholder, right,
right,
in the value chains, right. How do I see the future is basically when the participants in the ecosystem starts using technology to do the business in a better fashion, right, that
right,
is that is becoming a constant. So if you take Amazon or Flipkart 10 years back in India, right,
right,
uh, you would have never heard about like in 2010, right, we would have never heard about a Motorola company coming and launching the product directly on a e-commerce platform and taking that product to the masses, right.
correct,
That was
correct,
you, all the D2C brands coming into the picture is coming on the backbone of the electronic distribution, which has been built out through Flipkart or Amazon, right?
correct.
Uh, like Mama Earth went IPO, right? Mama Earth is like, purely built out on Amazon or Flipkart, right?
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
so that trend, right? Once these value chains get fixed or get internet adoption, right? That is where we will start seeing tremendous value which is getting created, which will get created either on the input side, where the small manufacturers will start directly selling to the farmer or a retailer, which is not happening in the current format today, right? Or maybe small food brands or people, those who are doing good food, quality food, right from the farm to consumer, right, those will see a tremendous tremendous adoption in the future, right. So that is the larger trend which I see, right, which will be built on top of the supply chain solutions which are getting built today. Yeah.
Um, do you or have you come across any startups or any players in India who have started or are extensively using any applications of deep tech in agriculture?
There are companies those who have started using deep tech, right?
Right.
So there, right? I guess deep tech is comes when there is a some level of tech already involved there, right?
Mm.
So the retail use case of deep tech is still not there, right?
Correct.
When I say retail use case, where we say the farmer is using the deep tech technologies to do the better farming, right? I guess those things are not there yet, right? Right? That will take some time for us to get to that stage, right? However, the large corporates, right, or the large companies, right, those who are involved into this value chain in one or the other format, right, they have started using satellite technology to look at the quality of the farm, right? So there is some level of deep technologies, right, which are being used, and the generative AI, right, is still yet to see the use cases getting built out specifically for agriculture, right? So the one of the use case, right, which we like thought of building, right, internally here, right? Uh, See, the deep tech has to become cost effective, right? India is all about cost effectiveness, right? So just to give you a very simple example, right? A farmer will The output for a farmer, right, is broadly 40,000 rupees per acre, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, if you think that whatever technology solution you give, right, if you cannot charge more than 500 bucks or 600 bucks, right,
Absolutely.
technology use case, right, that essentially means $10 bill, right, in over the span of 6 months time, right? That is a very small revenue, right? For us, the we have to figure out better way of developing deep tech, right, which is a low cost deep tech, right? I would say. I guess that is far more important, right? The immediate use case which we are seeing is the drone use case, right? Where
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
the drones, like we are seeing a lot of OEMs now, right, have started focusing on drone use case, where a drone can be used as service, right? Drone as a service, right? Where drones are used to spray chemicals on the field, right? Where farmer would end up saving at least 40% in cost, right? So that those are the immediate use cases of the deep tech, right? Uh, is the adoption there yet? No, I guess in the stage of adoption, right? We are in the early stages right now. In the next 3-4 years, we will see a strong adoption of these things, and the overall deep technology, right, which we generally think of deep technology, right, is yet to play out fully in the game.
Got it. Got it. No, this is very helpful, Mukul. I think I'm done with my questions, and thank you for your time. Thank you for finding out time to join this call. As always, it's great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Yes, same. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.